Remember when the Cartoon Network did a Blair Witch Project spoof with the Scooby-Doo gang?
Shaggy, what are you doing in the corner?
I'm scared, man! Like scared!
Let's go back.
Tamagotchi, the Y2K.
Happy Halloween everyone, and welcome to my very first channel surfing video. You're probably wondering what that even means, so allow me to explain. I come across nostalgic videos all the time, but a lot of them are too short or feature not enough content to warrant an entire video on them. With this channel surfing format, we can look back at many different old nostalgic clips that caught my eye. I've thought about doing this for a while, and this felt like the perfect time to debut the channel surfing video for some more Halloween content this October. Without further ado, let's start channel surfing.
Everybody was underage, and I don't care whether you were drinking or not.
We are the Mortems. We love bats and spiders. We also love to scare outsiders. We get together every Halloween to get a bit of culture and to see and be seen.
This is what Elvira would be like if she was from Harlem instead of Transylvania. I decided to do a bit of a deeper dive into this video and found out this is Crematia Mortem. She hosted a weekly television show out of Kansas City called Creature Feature, and she has a flow better than Iggy Azalea.
We told you we're the Mortems. We love bats and spiders. You know we love to scare outsiders. But more than that, we gotta come clean. We want to wish you all a happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.
How do you feel now, Frank?
Oh boy, here we go. Time to get into the satanic panic. This intro looks like it's straight from the show Reboot. I decided to look up Jeremiah Films, and you'll be happy to know they're still up and running today. I went to their website where you can still purchase some incredible pieces of media like Facing Extinction, Christians of Iraq, Death by Entertainment, Baby Parts for Sale, and my personal favorite title, Messianic Jews. Why should I care? But let's not jump to any conclusions here. They may have some informative information that isn't fear-mongering.
Hello, I'm Chuck Smith.
And I'm Carol Matriciana. Welcome to this edition of The Pagan Invasion.
Halloween is a festival that conjures up images of ghosts, skeletons, black cats, witches on broomsticks, and little costumed children scurrying about the neighborhood. While the more daring visit cemeteries at midnight, play with Ouija boards, and hold seances.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Seances.
Oh, okay, just making sure I heard that right.
A recent visit to the Video Software Dealers Association exhibition in Las Vegas showed that the two biggest selling artistic genres were pornography and horror.
Hell yeah, I don't see any problems so far.
Glenn Hobbs was initiated into a satanic coven as a child by his grandfather.
Whoa, slow down, that's one hell of a transition.
In satanic worship I was involved in it as a child. Of course, I was a generational Satanist.
Look what it says under his name, former Satanist. You think he puts that on his resume? Actually, this entire video features some hilarious titles under people's names. There's Sally, the Witch Queen of Kent, Sarah, the Witch Queen of Germany, Roger, who is a witch/martial artist. This guy's giving off some strong Dwight Schrute vibes. And here's Tim, an archdruid, which reminded me of Tim the Enchanter in Monty Python.
By what name are you known? There are some who call me Tim.
Anyway, let's get back to Glenn and see what he has to say.
And I noticed that they had slit the bottoms of her feet and her wrists. And they were taking the blood that was running out of those areas and putting them into chalices.
Damn, that's some heavy stuff. I know what it feels like. One Halloween I got Maltesers in my bag. Now you're probably thinking it is in bad taste for me to be joking around about a little girl who was killed on Halloween night as part of a satanic ritual, and I would agree with you if that's really what happened. I decided to look a little further into Glenn Hobbs, and I found some interesting stuff. There are many articles on Glenn Hobbs, including this one called Glenn Hobbs, Totally an Ex-Satanist, that dives into all the discrepancies in his claims and listed under the Liars for Jesus category among others who participated in these fear-mongering videos. Lying, Glenn? That's not very Christian of you.
What you are looking at are actual rituals and spells being performed by practicing witches and druids throughout America and Europe.
Yeah, this looks like real footage to me. It looks like they rented a space for this. Not sure how many places back then were renting out spaces for satanic rituals, but maybe someone was trying to corner an untapped market. I can just imagine after they finish summoning demons, they're probably like, "Come on, John, we need to clean up the candles and sacrificial swords. There's a yoga meeting in here at 5.
Today, a revival of the practices of Druidism, along with various forms of witchcraft and nature worship, are sweeping across Europe and North America.
Is that because they fly on brooms? Look, it's Art Garfunkel. I guess he didn't take that split from Paul Simon very well. Hey, whatever he's on, I want some. They go on to talk about the evils of meditation, and we get this knowing smirk from this woman. Even she can't believe people are buying this bullshit. One of my favorite edits in this entire video is the two hosts talking about kids wearing costumes of death, and then it cuts to 2 kids dressed as bumblebees. I mean, deadly to those who are allergic, I suppose. They then cut to Hal Lindsey, who is on location for a special report on satanic rituals that have been taking place in the barn behind him. Dude is dressed like he's going on a safari for some reason.
But also something disturbing in the light of what we'll be talking about in the future, and that is the diaper of a very, very small baby.
Ooh, a baby's diaper. Spooky. Clearly a sign that baby was sacrificed to the devil.
Halloween is the time when all across the country, in secret little places, in the dark, there will be little babies sacrificed to Satan. You don't believe it?
Nope, not really. Before changing the channel, I want to leave you on this incredible statistic they try to push.
Of a 4th grade teacher who had asked her students to write a short essay on what they would most like to do to celebrate Halloween. 80% of her 9-year-olds expressed the wish to kill somebody.
I don't know, this doesn't sound like a satanic issue. Sounds more like an 8-year-old issue to me. Maybe we should consider outlawing all 8-year-olds. Hey, Chuck and Carol? Fuck you.
Swamp Thing, Guardian of the Earth. New transducer, snap up Swamp Thing.
What's cool this year in Halloween costumes?
Madonna, Chuck Norris.
Wrong. He's cool every day of the year.
At the time, they can be at once a year.
When we were smaller, I would...
Oh no. Looks like she dresses a young Justin Trudeau. But all joking aside, what the hell is she supposed to be here? She looks like Kermit's turd. If you have any idea, leave a comment below.
Why are monsters cool?
They got blood running down their face and everything.
The parents might want to keep an extra eye on this kid. He sounds like one of those murderous 8-year-olds we were talking about earlier.
Rats! There goes my boat.
Hello, I'm Velma Dinkley, and this is a documentary of one of our mysteries. That's Scooby-Doo, Red Jones, and Daphne Blake.
Hey, how you doing?
Of course, I want to play myself in the movie version.
Back in 1999, the Cartoon Network aired a Blair Witch Project spoof during their Scooby-Doo marathon. I didn't see it at the time, but seeing it now filled me with nostalgia because these sort of things they just don't do anymore. And it was fascinating to see the 2D animation mixed with the found footage style aesthetic. Plus, it's creepy as hell. Look at Fred standing there in the dark like a creeper.
Okay, now we're trying to put the tent up before it gets too dark.
Looks like it's a little too late for that, Velma. This kind of looks like the Kim Kardashian sex tape.
Is it our fault you wore high heels on a hiking trip? At least I try to look feminine.
Cancelled. I like the Hawaiian, the sweet of the pineapple, and the salty of the ham. Together really make it, Scoob.
Shaggy puts pineapple on pizza? Cancelled.
I'm always calm, man. I'm the calm.
Fred's kind of off his rocker without his ascot. We then get some classic shots of the gang running through doors, and the video ends the same way the film does, but with Shaggy being the one standing in the corner. Then we find out they all died. Darkest ending to a Scooby-Doo episode I've ever seen.
With new Paws Halloween makeup kits.
Isn't this just a bit too evil, even for you?
You may as well face it, we're not gonna let you get those kids.
This is something we could use, a Halloween safety video from 1985. It should help us learn the safety of for trick-or-treating and dealing with strangers and how to avoid being sacrificed to the devil.
Halloween time every year, I sit up here and watch everybody go by.
Oh shit, this is hosted by a cartoon pumpkin.
Getting my inside scooped out tickles me. It'd tickle you too.
I'm no pumpkin, but I don't think having my inside scooped out would be ticklish.
But look at Corey's hand. Kinda gooey, isn't it? Corey is going to carve the face with a small knife. Can you imagine how that knife could slip and maybe cut her? I hope Corey will do the safe thing.
Hell yeah, Corey, way to go!
You see what I see?
A young Mark Zuckerberg?
That robot is Jeremy.
What is a robot? Is that sort of a robot frog? Look at the flow on that kid. I don't want to brag, but I had a mullet growing up. I had to buzz it off because of lice. But at the time, I thought I looked like Patrick Swayze. But I probably had more of a Tiger King look going for me. Anyway, back to the video.
And I like to see all the children out in their costumes.
Alright, chill, Jack. The next shot looks like something out of a John Carpenter film. Look at these creepy ass kids. This only further motivates my ban on all 8-year-olds.
The people who live in my house like to take pictures of the children who come by.
Yeah, the police might want to check under the floorboards of this house. Look at this photo. It looks like the kind featured on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Trick-or-treating is always fun. But there are some things you should remember to help keep it fun. One thing is to always go out with friends.
Bold of you to assume I have friends. I always had a love-hate relationship when it came to Halloween growing up. When I was young, I was terrified of dogs, so the thought of knocking on someone's door where a dog might come running out wasn't ideal. I like the candy and the atmosphere of Halloween, but yeah. We're told never to take candy from a stranger, and yet we have a day dedicated to doing just that. Halloween's weird, but I still love it.
Would you like to come in? I have more treats inside.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
See what I mean? That's the third creepy house in this video. It might be time to move out of the neighborhood.
What do you do with all the treats you've collected? A lot of them are things to eat, of course.
3 apples? This kid got screwed. We had someone in my old neighborhood who would hand out books every Halloween. My nerdy ass was stoked to get them every year, though.
You see, some people think it's fun to play tricks with your treats. Watch out for candy wrappers that have been torn or punctured. That might be a sign of tampering.
Nobody's gonna put drugs in your kid's candy. Do you know how much drugs cost? No, really, how much do they cost? I'm asking for a friend.
If you can do all that, then you won't have to worry about scary, real things happening on Halloween.
Thanks, Talking Pumpkin. Maybe there were drugs in the candy after all. Well, I think that's enough channel surfing for tonight. We have to save some time to go through all our candy and eat so much that we can't sleep for a few days. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe too. It helps this channel grow and allows me to make more content. And remember, for every person who likes this video, your candy stash will be free of candy corn, apples, and Maltesers. Happy Halloween, everyone.